Oh my god.
Is that enough?
What's up, family? It's your guy Trip 5. Listen, if you're new here, hit like and subscribe so you can join the tribe. We dive into most clips people won't show you. Let's get right into it.
These are things that I believe we moved on way too quickly for. And for legal purposes, these are all alleged controversies and conspiracies. The Wayfair scandal. You're telling me this was just an honest mistake when you had kids' exact names for your cabinets? Like names that are not found anywhere else? They're not common names? Weird. We should have spent more time on that. Matthew Perry overdosing, and then the next day Doja posts a really weird video showing this. It's giving I sold something that I'm supposed to have for eternity. The ICE agents relieving themselves in a schoolyard in front of a bunch of children that are in the building, on looking right at them. Nothing ever came from that. There were quite literally videos of them doing this in the parking lots, like right in front of the dumpsters, windows right there with probably kids on looking. The New Jersey drones, they're still there, by the way. People are still seeing them every day, and it's to the point where they're just so common that people just don't care anymore. That's wild. I think it's so interesting that as a humanity, we all just move on from these things so fast when they're very problematic, very controversial, and just scream, something's wrong. We need to spend more time on this. And I don't know why we move on so quick.
Nah, that's a real question. Why do we move on from things so quickly? The Wayfair one is probably the one that had me baffled the most. They were selling these random containers, and most of these containers had the name of these missing kids. You don't find that suspicious? There's a lot of strange incidents that happen over these years, and it's like we just forget about it like it never happened. If you remember a big incident that happened that people might have forgotten, put it in the comments below.
Did you know the reason you're afraid of such creepy sounds or creepy composed sounds in movies or TikToks or whatever is because it's a non-linear sound and your human brain immediately associates it with something you cannot see, feel, or touch, but is an immediate danger. It associates it with like an animal in distress, because an animal in distress that's making a screeching or like a yelping noise is usually pushing their vocal cords past normal capacity and being killed. Also, did you know that because you can't hear sounds lower than 20 hertz, scientists have decided to expose certain people to 17 hertz, and people often hear or feel a sense of dread and discomfort and nervousness and unease and just like not good. It's also hypothesized that the people in the Dyatlov Pass, the reason they escaped their tents in such a rush is because they heard a frequency of such low hertz, which eventually led to their death. But that's just a hypothesis. It's because your brain is associating it with a natural phenomenon like storms or wind or whatever, something that means immediate danger that you can't touch or feel, but you know it's not okay.
You know, this is an example of why frequency is so powerful. You know, this is why they play specific sounds in movies and TV shows, because they basically want you to feel exactly what they're showing you. And in order to do that, they have to put it at the right exact time. Next time you watch a movie, pay attention to how much sound you hear when you're watching it, because without them, it wouldn't be enjoyable.
Showering for 10 minutes without just regular city water is equivalent to drinking 11 glasses of chlorinated water.
Oh my god.
So here's the test that I did. Took a glass of chlorinated water, just regular tap water. First thing I did is measure the chlorine. I showed chlorine in the water. Here's the test. Okay, great, safe to swim in. Put my hand in the water for 30 seconds, pulled it out, remeasured, no chlorine in the water. Where did it go? Went right into my bloodstream.
Holy crap.
Yeah. We need to filter our water, drink filtered water, shower in filtered water. Look, if you can't afford a whole house system, buy a carbon filter for your shower head for $50. Remember, chlorine is a halogen type of chemical that causes thyroid disruption.
Hold on, what the hell did I just watch? This nigga is like a human water fountain. How is that even possible? And where's all the water coming from? I swear be a lot of weird things going on in Africa. And this video shows exactly why I'm saying this.
Mermaids do not just live in the oceans. Let's talk about it. So I've been seeing a lot of people in my recent videos when I talk about the mermaids that was in a dam or in a river in Zimbabwe. And a lot of people was like, well, Zimbabwe is landlocked. How can these mermaids be there? There's no sea. Well, they don't have to just inhabit the sea. Mermaids can live in any natural waters, which includes rivers, lakes, springs, dams. If you want to be honest, I've heard more stories about these mermaids being in the rivers than in the sea, if you want to be honest, especially in these different African countries and Caribbean places. Like in Jamaica, they call them river mama. And lots of the different stories that I've heard from my followers and just people around and that I've looked into, everyone that I know is always talking about like people getting abducted by the river when they're going to wash their clothes or they're getting water and stuff like that, and the mermaids abduct them. Yeah, they are in the sea, but like I said, mermaids are everywhere. They're any natural bodies of water. No, they can't be in a man-made lake or a man-made pond or river. Anything that's a natural body of water, they can be in. And there's just too many stories to not believe this. Like too many stories around the world that adds up perfectly. People that have no connection to each other have very similar stories about these mermaid creatures. Every culture has some type of mermaid legend or lore. And y'all still don't believe it? Like, oh, we didn't see dinosaurs, but they're real. I know there's skeletons or remains and people that has talked about it, but same thing with these mermaids. Like, to lots of people, they're really not mythical creatures. They're just creatures. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Whoever created that shit is weird as hell. If you really pay attention to it, it looked like a man is sitting in a bathtub. And look at where they placed the pillar in the middle at. You can't tell me this wasn't done on purpose.
A juicy, sizzling steak made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia, cow, butcher, beef, Redefined Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product using a highly technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company in the world just by harnessing technology instead of animals.
Meat substitutes are not new, but unlike the soy-based crumbles that mimic ground beef, Redefined Meat's product is designed to act, taste, and cut like flank steak.
This is the holy grail of alternative meat.
But the most important part, how does it taste? This diner was happy.
The texture feels right, even the smell smells like the real thing. Really authentic for meat.
Bro, look at y'all produce at the grocery store. Look what's under it. Boy, look at all that black mold with the fan blowing. The moldy water all on your shit. Boy, look, Ace. Rinse it down with the mold water. That's horrible.
We're looking at Oscar, the first human modular prototype that is able to live in various setups. Now what's going to happen is that I'm going to connect the brain to the heart module to activate the blood circulation. Now, the lung is going to start breathing. You can see both organs are now collaborating. I can add a kidney module And if I add a limb module, it starts actuating the organism to move. Now it's looking for the optimal temperature, which is 37 degrees. If I add another limb, Oscar will recognize it and beneficiate from new possibilities.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so confused. Like, what is the point of doing that? He literally just brought it back to life with technology. Now imagine if they have technology like this for humans, and we just don't know about it yet. You never know, there's probably people walking around you, and they got this shit attached to them.
What the heck? Is that a moth?
My friend, I don't think you recorded the largest moth ever sighted in Kansas City. I think you recorded an actual demon. That could be Beelzebub, maybe Baphomet. Honestly, I'm not leaving it out of the equation for that to be Lucifer himself chilling up on that wall. All I do know is that you probably shouldn't be there. This guy thinks that's a moth. Have you ever seen a fucking moth that looks like that? Come on, we gotta use a little bit more common sense. And I don't want you getting your soul snatched. I bet that thing has wings. It's just gonna get harder and harder for us to tell if these sorts of videos are real or AI. If this video is real and not just some motherfucker chilling on top of the wall in a fur costume, I bet an actual demon would be chilling in Missouri, that shitty ass state. It makes sense.
No? Got the snow? This is so wild. Okay. Got the snowball, right? Set this phone up so you can see this. Watch this. See it? It's not melting. Look at it, it's burning. It's literally burning. No water coming off. It's supposed to be snow, right? Look at this. Look at it. What is this? Do not let your kids eat this. I wouldn't even let them play in this. This is all chemicals. And it stinks. It smells like burning plastic. This is horrible. You see it? Burnt.
You know, this is something we always talk about on this channel. You know, it just makes you wonder, why do all countries agree on this one thing, that nobody can access the ice wall? I'm pretty sure you have to be in 1% to even go beyond the ice wall. Do you guys believe that we live in a dome? They done lied to us damn near about everything. How you know they not lying about this?
Yo, to anyone who's deep in the rabbit hole, bro, buckle up, bro, because this shit is absolutely insane. So, took some notes here, so I remember what to say. So, in 1893, this guy named Ingersoll Lockwood wrote a 3-part book series, right? The first one is called Travels and Adventures of Little Baron Trump. The second one is called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. And the third one is called The Last President. Alright? In the first book, Little Baron Trump lives in Trump Castle in Germany. And he finds a manuscript by a man named Don Fum that leads to underground tunnels in Russia that have portals to other dimensions. Okay? The first 2 books are just about Baron Trump and his dog, like, exploring all these weird dimensions, right? But this is where it really gets weird, bro. In the third book, The Last President, Don Fum uses these portals to become a controversial president who lives on 5th Avenue in New York. And he basically ruins the price of gold and is super controversial and ruins everything. His vice president's name is Pence, bro. That shit is absolutely crazy, but it gets even crazier, bro. Ingersoll Lockwood lived on the exact same street as Nikola Tesla when he wrote this book series. At the very same time that he was living on this street with Nikola Tesla was claiming that he invented time travel. Like, he deadass was saying, I'm about to make freaking time traveling portals and we're about to do it. And a little bit after, he mysteriously dies in a hotel. And all of his blueprints, all of his inventions are in this hotel when he dies. Guess who gets sent, along with the CIA, to pick up his blueprints? John G. Trump. Trump's literal blood uncle, bro. Think about it, bro. It gets even deeper, though. Wernher von Braun, Nazi scientist, by the way, founder of NASA, wrote a book called Project Mars in 1953 about a man named Elon who takes everyone to Mars. The founder of NASA. And now Trump and Tesla are working together. They got space and time. Think about it, 5th Avenue right by Times Square. I'm telling you, dog, this shit is a simulation, bro.
Hold on now, that was just a lot to process. After this video, you can't tell me that this shit not a simulation. There's no way that all of those past stories line up with what's going on today. It's crazy how people really be doing research and connecting all the dots. If I wouldn't have watched this video, I probably would have never knew about this. You know, this just gives you another reason to sub up to the channel, because you never know what you're gonna see here.
Watch this. Oh my god, you holy shit.
This the man right here.
That's so cute. Is it boy? How old is your Frenchie?
About 8 weeks.
Hold up for a second, champ. Damn the cat and the Frenchie. Who was that in the background? It's a grown man in the background walking on hands. Alright, that's some Men in Black shit back there. Nobody gonna address this. We just gonna act like this shit normal. To walk on hands. Alright.
You know what fucked me up about gangbanging and makes me think that this shit is all a fucking simulation? And I'ma use the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s as an analogy in this. And don't worry, this is no disrespect towards y'all hoods. But before that, how is it that the police lights are red and blue? Bloods and Crips represent red and blue. Northerners and Southerners represent red and blue. BDs and Vice Lords, both red and blue. What the fuck is up with red and blue? But back to what I said earlier. How is it that every 10 blocks is the gang that represent those 10 blocks? But for some magical reason, every 10 blocks you run into a different group of dudes saying some different shit. Like for instance, the rolling 20s, they go from 20th Street to 29th Street. And the rolling 30s would go from 30th Street to 39th Street. And then rolling 40s would go from 40th Street to 49th Street. It's like, how did every 10 blocks they run into an opposing force? Like y'all was able to take over everything from 20th Street to 29th Street, but all of a sudden you get to 30th Street, you gotta a fucking problem. But a new group of niggas calling themselves the 30s, and they couldn't do the same shit with the 40s. They were only able to convince everyone from 30th Street to 39th Street that, hey, we're gonna be the rolling 30. And as soon as they tried to push past 39th Street, the black people on 40th Street was like, Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like shit don't naturally happen like that. But you know why I think those gangs are 10 blocks each? It's because everybody knows that 3, 6, and 9 are the numbers of the universe. And 9 is the number of completion. A lot of motherfuckers think 10 is higher than 9, but really 10 is just fucking 1 starting all over again. It just represents the new beginning, which is why when you cross 39th into 40th, it's a new fucking tribe, a new gang. And that's exactly how video game map sectors work out. Each sector is coded separately so NPC groups don't bleed into each other. Now back to even the colors. It is no reason why Bloods and Crips, Norteños and Sureños, Democrats and Republicans, left and right, fire and water, police light, all use red or blue. But yeah, that was just some crazy shit that was on my mind.
He's speaking facts. There's always red versus blue, good versus evil. You know, they even do it in video games as well. Think about Mortal Kombat, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Or if you picking a side in the game, it's always red or blue. It's usually never a different color. And you know, that's just one example. It gets way deeper than that. You know, what is the true reasoning behind this?
She talks about a lot. One of the biggest things.
What the fuck is going on? They got chickens in their hand. They praying with the chickens.
Care for victims or care to protect victims. She says
they doing anything with the chickens. I don't know what the fuck that is, but they praying with the chicken. A live chicken in their hand. What the fuck?
Yo, only in Brooklyn, y'all gonna see a million fucking yo, what the fuck is going on? What's up? What the fuck? Let me chill for these niggas fuck around with hot meat and something out here. Yo, say whoop they? Swoop they? How they?
Nah, why it looks like they in a rush to go somewhere. They moving like it's the end of the world or some shit. And what's up with them praying with the live chickens? It's like they doing a ritual or something that we don't know about.
Watch this. This is unbelievable.
I'm at the Exxon on Boonville Road. This is the employees. This is women's, men's exit, okay? Whatever this is, private, okay? Notice how all these doors are empty except for the women's? What is this? And why can it be unlocked and locked? Is someone in there? I don't know, because I've knocked. And I don't know. It just beeped. What does that mean? Why is it only on the women's restroom? Men's, nah. Exit, nah. Private, nah. Employee only, nah. But for women's, we have this lock that looks like can be remote controlled. Make it make sense.
But I can call Bosser, or
you can, but you can call him after you remove it.
That is so weird to me. What are your intentions? What were you guys planning on doing? That is suspicious, is weird, is scary, and is giving trafficking. Thank God after she called the police made them take that lock off that door immediately. Make sure you share this for awareness, but let me know what you guys think in the comments.
When was the last time you saw Miley Cyrus? Why do I ask? Because she was featured in a Gucci ad, and she is now completely unrecognizable. If you haven't seen the photo, take a look at this. Who is that in the Gucci ad? Does that look like Miley Cyrus to you? This is not the Miley Cyrus I remember seeing on TV. Do you? What is going on with Miley Cyrus? This is the Miley Cyrus I'm used to seeing, and I'm sure many of you are. Take a look at this side by side. That's the Gucci ad. That's Miley Cyrus. What is going on with Miley Cyrus? So the question needs to be asked. Has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? This is the Miley Cyrus we're all used to seeing. So my question to you is, who is this Miley Cyrus? As I always say in all of my videos, I understand that people age and people can change. But what is going on with Miley Cyrus? So I guess my question to you is, has Hollywood claimed another celebrity? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
You know, a lot of these celebrities been looking weird as hell lately. She's not the only one. What do y'all think is exactly going on? You know, a lot of them are probably just aging, but some of them look completely different. It almost looks like her face is sucked in or something.
You're not gonna break. You look like you're gonna try and break something, cuz.
No, but don't relax. Like, just relax yourself, you know.
Wait. What are you doing, cuz? You're gonna pull it out of socket or that?
No.
You sure?
You gotta trust me.
All right, go on.
Yeah. Just relax though, cause.
I was like, wait.
You see that bone, right? That you see that bone? Yeah. Because you know you can manipulate it.
Why me though?
Because you see if I squeeze hard, relax.
Hey, brother, you gonna break my... What the fuck? Hey, cuz!
Look, it's just...
Hey, cuz! Let go, hey, brother, let go of my thing, I'm gonna pass out. Brother! No! Bloody blood clot! Brother, I was a pass out! I saw my brother go to the... Later!
I can't even what I saw. No. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know, I posted this guy on my channel before. He had multiple videos exactly like this one, and no one have yet to debunk what he doing. It looks like he literally making that paper float. What if he could do that shit with multiple different things, but he just showing us what he could do with paper?
Being awake is more exhausting. Being awake is more exhausting than being a fucking sleep. Okay? Like, I remember when I wasn't woke, all right? Everything felt fucking normal. Okay? So, like, I wasn't as tired. But now that I'm fucking awake and aware, and I know everything for what it is, and what it is for everything, I'm just talking on my ass. Bitch, I'm more exhausted. And I feel like this is how everybody is when they're spiritually awoken, when they go through fucking awakenings, because we're all gonna go through a great awakening. I hope you guys know that. I went down a rabbit hole, okay? The looking glass rabbit hole, yeah, went down there. Government watched every fucking outcome and it all came out the same. Everybody fucking woke up to the system, okay? It's gonna happen eventually. But besides that, for us that are awake and are still living in the system, it's exhausting. I'm tired. I have to work 10 times harder to act normal. Bitch, fuck that. I'm not even acting normal. I'm acting as myself, but trying to live normally, knowing this is not normal. Oh my God, bro. I feel like I'm just fucking yapping. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm tired. I know how we're supposed to be living, and this ain't it. And knowing that makes me even more fucking tired. I'm sick of these damn fucking holidays. I'm sick of these damn fucking bills. I'm sick of these fucking... I'm sick. Tired. Exhausted. And we still gotta fucking live like this because this is how it is. Until a lot of people wake up to the fact that we don't have to... So we collectively come together and fight against the system, bitch. I have to live like this. I don't have a choice. Like, I can't just stop paying rent and I can't just stop going to work by myself. It has to be a collective fucking thing, okay? And until other people wake up, I have to live like this. I'm fucking sick.
However big you thought a moose was, you probably didn't think it was this big, right? It'll step clean over your fence. Look how big that mother is. Couple ton right there. So if you see one in the wild, don't be trying to run up and pet it. It's basically a baby elephant, right? Them motherfuckers is gigantic.
Hold on, I need somebody to confirm in the comments. A moose is really this big? You know, I never seen one in person, so I really wouldn't know. But that moose that he just showed is damn near as big as the house.
You do not need to tear the human body apart when all you can do is use frequency to bring it back to its normal space. Guess what hydrogen sounds like? It's a key of E, and it's the color yellow. That's what proper physics gets you to. Oxygen is a chartreuse, and it's the key of F over F sharp. Now, they used to, like I said, information used to be thought about as just electrical information passing on. But I got a question for you. Have you ever been at a party with some of your friends you ain't seen in 10 years, but y'all was like 14, you hung out and there's a song that came on and you go, and everybody got up and was live at that moment. Now, say 10 years later, you got a friend with you. He's a good guy, but he wasn't there when me and my boys formed this. So when that song comes on, our DNA tightens. There's a particular song, a scale in the genome for each and every one of us. Now, when that song is played, when your particular prime resonant frequency is played, guess what happens? Your DNA celebrates and tightens. Everything else gets pushed out. Harmonic wave resequencing. The carbon is also the key of E and yellow. The nitrogen is G. And all these play a song. So say that the F over F sharps of the oxygen, the green, is only hitting at an F. Why? Because there's another frequency coming in from a generator over there. That's changing and causing it to change. The F hits the carbon. So instead of hitting as an F sharp, it hits as an F, so when it hits the carbon at an E, it doesn't hit it quite right, so the domino don't file right. So the next domino hits wrong. And so now we have malformation happening within our DNA because the frequencies are being pushed off. But when we hear our tone, we tighten back up. So yeah, I'm in the process of building the harmonic wave resequencer with another doctor who has been able to successfully cure AIDS and cancer. And it's well underway. But I wanted you guys to understand how that works. It's so simple. You do not need to tear the human body apart when all you can do is use frequency to bring it back to its normal space.
Damn, y'all know I always leave a gem for y'all at the end. This one right here is different. You know, I don't know if everything of what he's saying is true, like about curing diseases and all of that. But I do know when you feel that positive frequency, all that negative shit go out the window. You know, but shout out to the entire 5 tribe. Y'all keep this channel moving. If you want to join the membership or grab the artwork or the merch, everything will be linked below. Until next time, I'll see you on the next one.